last week. And I think interestingly, if you're looking at the starting 15 that lost against Collegians 3 weeks ago, only one change, which is Chris Walton for Curry Brown.
Oh, great restart again, and today has all been about the restarts. His Majesty Jack Campion, wasn't Jack Campion, changed the shirts, but that's a big carry. It's Gary Mann who's certainly about, and then Benny Blackall loses it forward. Going to be a little bit of advantage to go. Eli Ipper will send it all the way out to Hoddle. Gets it away. Looks for the offload inside. Manages to slip away out of that tackle. Look, number of old Collegian shirts around him. Off and running again. Walton, hands are on and good, hands on, and the counter ruck is good and the turnover is there. Monfries will send it out to Mann. Mann tries to get his arms around the back, can't quite get there. Monfries to Fleetwood Piper. Fleetwood Piper puts the ball on the boot, goes towards the 22. Able to work his way out though. I nearly pulled Jamie's headset off, sorry about that, Jamie.
That's all right, Dave.
Oh, got all carried away. Still going again, and not nearly gets hands on. Slow and controlled. Walton again. Ball goes forward in the tackle, so it'll just be a scrummage. And playing another advantage. Eli Ipper just tries to straighten and bulldoze his way through. Oof, Walton, very, very short. Again, will make good yards. Marshall. Oh, it's actually worked for Green. Green gets away from one, and the arm goes up, flag goes up. Couldn't quite see from where I was.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are off to a rocking start here, aren't we, ladies and gents? That's some real big carries from Gary Mann, Chris Walton, and then just that in there from
just there.
Green there. Yeah.
Tell you what, Dave O'Gunning has been watching the Bledisloe Cup games and making sure he got that one absolutely right. Off the top with Hosgood. Out to Mann in midfield. They'll miss out Nutt. Yeah, nice. Ruan Ferry making himself over the 10-metre line, but it's slow. Monfries again to Hosgood. Flat ball to Horn. Good hands! Just can't quite get it to Fleetwood Piper.
Play that whistle.
They have to play the whistle because there's Adam Bethel, who's in the middle, has played a fairly decent advantage when they've been there. Oh, I can hear myself behind. I think they're playing it inside. Hello to everyone who's sat behind me in the bar.
Feel free to shower us with drinks and food, guys.
Yeah. Don't be shy about coming out here and keeping us refreshed.
Yes, mine's a Guinness.
So only 3 minutes gone. My word, it feels like 10.
It does, yeah. That start's been backwards and forwards at least 4 times. So it's a great start.
Adele again will find a way through. Some suggestion that there was a little bit of a shepherd, but again, Adam Bethel likes them to play.
Yeah, he does like to let it flow, that's for sure. So, which is only a good thing.
Unless there's any major issues, let him play. That is His Royal Highness Jack Campion, who has hands on, but he has it stolen. Armour's come out for an offside. Kieran Sambrook will pick and go. Marshall has a little look. Going to come back for the penalty. Hands in the ruck. Points.
Well, you probably want to take any points that you can as early as you can as well. It's finals footy, but
straight looking at the sideline. These youngsters don't know how to play.
This might be a tiny bit out of range there, but it's a lovely kick from Keanu.
So we'll line out just outside the 22.
Usually a clean line-out ball from Collegians in this one. I hope I haven't just put the mockers on them, but...
well, it's a Burnside ball for the penalty. So
yeah, they're getting up on it.
Just looking at the line-out-wise, there's not a huge amount of jumping options for Burnside at the moment. And he's missed his first target. Keanu Eliipa does well. And they're letting it go, and Eliipa gets inside the 5. Support comes. I tell you, runs across, drops it back inside.
Good change of direction.
Big gang tackle. Lamsam will look. Hodel again, just trying to knock the door down at the moment, the Double Blues. Now they've got some room out on the right-hand side.
Good.
Here's McDonough again.
Strong.
Then a short ball to Walton. Walton gets to the line. Oh, he's knocked it on.
There's a knock on in there. Yeah.
But a penalty, another penalty. Now they will take the points.
Pretty good decision there from Eliipa to look for the points. But again, I think that was line out, quick recycle by Eliipa with some great gains there, and it's just pick and goes and short balls. Burnside just knocking on the door of the try line there, just looking to come out of this 22 area with some points.
Yeah, their aggression's very noticeable coming forward. They've got Collegians rolling back slightly at the moment, so they pick their aggression up and it should be pushing.
It looks like both teams as well, though, Jamie. I mean, looking at those early carries from Gary Mann, and I think Benny got his hands on the ball as well. It's mate, I think everyone knows what's at stake.
Absolutely, yeah. Goes to another level at this one.
Absolutely.
Win or go home, isn't it?
Yep.
Nice and high from Eliipa, and manages to keep it inside the boundary. But it certainly, you can see from a Burnside point of view, possession is 9/10 of the law, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The restarts today from every level have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Third grade, second grade, and this is continuing. And again, that is hung
Nice
very, very high. Lamsam comes and gets it. Slightly more suggestion of a Shepherd. Walton. Not had hands on, dragged over the top of it though. Walton again. Tries to pop it off the ground, and just a little knock on. Nick Howlett, who looks like he's up and about in the early stages of this one as well. But it certainly looks, Jamie, like Burnside they don't want to give that ball away. It's their ball.
No, yeah, that's as we said earlier. It's 9/10 of the law. You've got to keep that ball in hand, and it's going to go backwards and forwards. So the best way to do it is to get up there on your own. Get that ball spinning wide and use those centre punches that they've been doing. So.
Is this the first scrum of the day?
No, second.
Yeah. See, Ollie Horn has moved out to the wing. I don't know whether that's
it's an interesting move, yeah.
I think he's going to stay there, but
Kyle moved in to outside centre, so.
Oh, that's a great line. Bailey came off his blindside wing. Max Adele now could work away and get into the 22. Have numbers here. Eliipa puts the ball on the boot. Fraser Green is after it. It's going to beat everybody. The touchline will win that race.
It did.
But my word.
Wow, that was an amazing inside line there.
And they played on, and it's just going to skip away to halfway. Fleetwood, Piper and Horn lead the charge. They go inside to the other green. Now they look over. And they've got room there if they can go. He puts it off the boot. It doesn't really go anywhere. And Tim Dawes, right place at the right time.
Here's a counter-attack.
Litchfield, Campion, had options, decides to just lower the shoulder and go. Messy again. Blair Marshall still in there. He got away with it. Very fast line from Eliipa. Siegfried to Nutt. Nutt tries to work her way through. Walton and Green have to deal with him. Monfries. Litchfield. Hosegood. Gets over halfway. Sambrook got hands on. And he knocks it on, but that's really not through the gate, Tom.
No.
No comment, guys. Well, I mean, this does is actually give us a little bit of time to breathe, gents, because we have had it seems like for the 9 minutes or so of this game so far, the ball's been in play, quite a lot of it, which is really, really good. It's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, light ball, best way to watch rugby.
Absolutely. So I think this is where Burnside have got to be pretty careful. Old Cole's very creative with some of their backline moves. It was the undoing of them at one stage in the last game.
They've gone early.
Yep, drive on too early there.
Yeah, 8, 9, 15 you would think here, with the talent of Rockaborough and Fleetwood Piper out here, and Gary Mann has really started to come to the party in the last couple of games. And again, I must apologise, and I will get it out of the way. Josie Mann, watching in South Africa, I keep forgetting to give her a shout out.
That's 2 in a week now, mate. I think you're making up for it.
Yeah, no, she was the first thing I said on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Burnside have got a really good scrum on, and they are going 8-9. Hands for Max Monfries. Then the ball will get put on the ground. Fleetwood Piper will chase through. Green, can he get away from Fleetwood Piper? No, he can't. Stuart Nutt was there, but Fraser Green did enough. Nutt's there again. It's a big, big danger. Campion can't beat the clean up. Lamsam will send it towards Hodell, and he can't quite get there, and now he has Horn for company and Litchfield. Big challenge from Horn. Litchfield, can he get hands on? Arms come out. Straight off his feet. Well, that was a bit harsh, but...
Yeah, pretty unlucky there, I think. Got to give a bit of kudos to any player in that position, doing what Max Hodell just did there and just try and stay on his feet as long as he can, just waiting for the support to come into play. But that was a lovely bit of enterprise there from Max Monfries earlier on, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, beautiful ball out the back of the hand.
I mean, it was exactly what we said. It was an 8-9-15, but it was one of the more...
Yes, it was a creative 8-9-15.
Yeah, it wasn't what we're usually used to seeing, is it?
No. But, yeah, thanks to Max's flick out the back, it came off in the end. So.
There's been a couple of times that we're seeing Elliot really fly off that line.
Yep.
He's just got to be a little bit careful because there's a big old space behind him when he goes. Got away with it so far. Again, defensively, we're seeing Horn out on the wing and Fleetwood Piper into midfield.
Yeah.
Clearly identified something. Elliopper again, looks to step inside. Can't get away from the challenge. Walton. Hodell again. Now they're away. Green has his brother for company. Gets it to him. Can he get away? No, he can't. That is a wonderful tackle coming across by Harry Hosegood.
Yeah, Collegians just using the sideline as the 16th man at the moment, and it's working well.
It is a completely different... This is, kind of what we're used to seeing with regards to South Australian wingers, so big and fast and strong, and obviously it's a completely different kettle of fish to what they'll get against Josateki Tulawaki.
Yes.
Horn to Nutt tries to drop the shoulder and does get away. Great yardage again. Monfries gets there. Litchfield gets it away to Fleetwood Piper. Shows the outside, then just tries to work inside. Monfries again. They're at broken field rugby at the moment. Nutt showed and then straightened. Burnside have managed to settle back into it. Monfries to Litchfield. Litchfield will find Rockaborough. Rockaborough inside ball to Howlett. Howlett again
good leg drive.
Rumbles his way towards the 5. Monfries is there again and finds Horn. Just lost his footing in the important moment. Campion to Mann. Straightens again. So that Lamsam got hands on. Blackall does well. Litchfield again has to pick it up off the bootlaces. Then he will straighten. Can he get through? He'll get it inside to Howlett. Howlett gets over the line.
Held up.
Cannot get there.
Oof.
She's a tight one today.
But this is exactly what we were missing in the last game against these two teams. We were waiting for it. waiting for it, and it took ages. And this time, this game is just right from the off.
Yeah.
Really great stuff.
Straight from the kickoff, you did right there.
Someone went down with an injury, which is not what anybody wants to see. So it's going to be a 5-metre scrum to Old Collegians.
Looks like Benny Delaney down.
Is that Ben Delaney, is it?
Yeah.
Went with a knee, I think. Just that inside ball to Howlett. How's it happened?
My word, that was close, wasn't it? I'm not too sure.
This is something that's gone earlier. He looks like hammy.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Straight leg stretching him on his back a minute ago, so it could be a
Yeah,
hamstring.
and signal to change it.
Yep. Hamstring.
So one of the Rahali brothers is going to come on. Yeah, that's a high hamstring, isn't it?
It doesn't look good at all.
That's not good.
And no matter what you do, that's not coming back.
No.
If it's gone, it's gone.
Absolutely.
Ice it and hope.
Yeah.
So it looks like Harrison Rahali on for Ben Delaney.
Yep.
So best under 18s, I was referring to
With Sam.
Sam Delaney, Sam Rahali, sorry. It's the best under 18.
Yep. Harrison's younger brother.
I wrongfully said it was Spiro Haritsaris. He won the best tackler. Under 18 best tackler was Spiro Haritsaris.
That's right.
He won an award anyway. So lots and lots of space on either side. Rockerborough and Fleetwood Piper away to this right side. Lichfield, Horn. They've come this way again. And they'll put the ball on the boot. Try and hold it up inside.
Yep, gone the 22.
Cool work from Fraser Green. They'll take the 22.
Good setup back here by Collegians. Ready for the ball to come.
He's miskicked it and
Straight to Seaton.
found Siegfried. He'll find Lichfield. Didn't really have a huge amount of option. Well, Fries to Siegfried again. He'll just lower his shoulder and try and get his way through. Benny Blackall. Gets targeted around the knees, doesn't he, old Benny?
He does.
Got to take boys that size lower, haven't you, I think?
Yeah.
But
we're
it's
always told.
well, Blair Marshall may have come off, but worse for wear from it. Good work again. The breakdown between these two teams is
Not really.
it's a joy to watch, Tom.
It's been really good, isn't it? I mean, take that one just there out of the picture. It's been unbelievable. Both sides really fighting to retain their own ball, just to keep attacks going. And I think what's really great is that both teams are really trying to play quite quick once they are as well. Both sides recognise the threat of that as well.
Yeah.
It's not a good sight for those wearing double blue at the moment with Blair Marshall. Prostate on his back. He was the one who made the tackle on Benny Blackall.
It was. I think
Sitting
Benny came
up,
over the top of him with the head.
which is, never a fun place to be.
No, not at all. It's a bit of a promotion for Benny this week. By the looks of things, going up to, he had a great performance against Onkers for the second grade last week, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Well, it looks like Dave Allawamil was due to start and has then been replaced by Ben Blackall, so I don't know whether that's an injury or whether it's just shirt numbers.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that department, actually. I don't think either are actually carrying any injuries, so obviously Benny coming up from the seconds last week. Dave, I don't think Dave's struggling at all. So.
Great kick from Ollie Horn.
Beautiful.
He'll tie us up.
That's a really great kick from Ollie Horn. Just as we have a look to our right-hand side here on the bench, it looks like that is the end of Blair Marshall's day.
Holding his neck.
Yeah, that's something you never want to see.
So there is a change. Probably someone who you want to drag off, and he doesn't want to go.
No, it's
Physio is overruling him, I think. I mean, he can get himself sorted.
Yep.
Try and get back on.
yeah, eight interchanges, I think. So
Hosegood decides he's going to play. Does really well, hits it on the full. Good counter ruck though. Monfries out the back to Litchfield, to Horn again. Horn sends it over the top to McDonough. McDonough beats one. Strong forward running. Another one who I stung last week with my comments.
Yep.
Nutt will fire it out to Blackhall, who loses it backwards, but backwards it went. Howlett tries to find a way through, just ties up a couple more Burnside defenders. Monfries again, out to Mann. Mann has an inside ball in Siegfried. Lamsam is there, Lamsam has hands on. No, not rolling away. Don't think it was Lamsam he got. It's there he is, slowly getting up out the back of it.
It's like Louis Fagan, I think.
Just got a little bit stuck, Louis Fagan. And the tee is on its way again. Wonderful strike from Ollie Horn. I was watching him warm up beforehand, and he kept kicking them into the retirement village.
A few courtesy rhino balls.
Yeah. The oldies will be playing in impromptu games of touch tomorrow.
I think so.
"20 minutes gone on the Wojtek scoreboard, 3 points apiece." Proper Northern Hemisphere type score, Tom.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
Northern Hemisphere like score, but I've got to say the amount of running rugby that's been played so far as well has been not quite Northern Hemisphere like.
Yeah.
Flags go up again, 6 points to 3. A beautiful clean strike again from Ollie Horn. There's a fair amount of distance in that boot as well, so if it comes down to 3 points the difference, make sure this time Eliupper. Hosegood didn't quite get there. Siegfried does well and takes it running forward again. Lamsam is there again. Tim Dawes gets him on the bounce. Hosegood. Sambrook trying to get around, does get around, he's let to go. Turnover to Burnside. Rahali to Lamsam. Lamsam will show and then step forward. Litchfield does what he can. Another pick and drive. Rahali will get there. Comes to this near side to Sambrook again. Another little pick and drive, and again we see this Burnside just wanting to keep hold of the ball and take it off in bite-sized chunks, and when an opportunity presents itself, they'll go. Hodell. Another little pick and drive. Rahali now, they had numbers, but red and blue shirts start to move back over this side. Hodell again looks for a way through the middle and can't find one.
Definitely probing either side of those rucks at the moment.
Sambrook. Leg drive, tries to get closer again. Now there's a little pick and go, and he gets to the line, extends out, looked good for mine, but not quite. Very, very close. Huge defence needed from Old Collegians. About the shortest field you can get in rugby. Rahali again. Out to Eliupper, who's going to run the outside line. And finally they run out of numbers.
Well, I'll tell you what, that all started from a really great turnover in the middle of the field from Kieran Sambrook there. And then we look at it through, and it's 16 phases we counted just then before Keanu gets it out into the wider channels and then just goes through himself. Really lovely try. Good patience from Burnside there. And they were made to do an awful lot of work from what seemed a very resolute Old Collegians defence.
Eliupper just too fast on the outside. I like the celebration from Eliupper. It's a good one.
I have no idea what he's doing there, to be honest. But
I'm only guessing. I'm going to say stuck to his hand.
I like it. Can he convert his own try?
Yeah, you're sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't when the ball runs out that right-hand wing.
This Monfries just didn't have the pace to push him any further, and Rockaborough was stuck between a rock and a hard place. If he'd come in, he just would have give it.
Yeah, well, I think if you're going to concede a try, though, it's better to do it out in the wider channels.
Absolutely.
Great kick from Elliott, the flags go up, no doubt about that one. Kickers have certainly decided they want to have their name put on the score sheet today. Restarts have been great from Rockaborough. The thing I like about that is obviously he's got a planned celebration. He expected to score today.
There's a bit of practice in that one.
Rockaborough again will send it towards the 22, and Lamsam leaves it this time. Oh, there's a big old gap.
Nice.
Lamsam to Walton.
Thought about it.
Yeah, Sambrook again, and suggesting a high on Sambrook from Mann. Cleanouts have been brutal from both these sides. Lamsam gets away again. Fleetwood Piper. Lamsam gives him the don't argue with the elbow. Rahali again. Eliipper again, and that's a big hit coming across from Stuart Nutt. And it's lost forward. Litchfield, broken field for them to go. Horn will send it out to McDonough. McDonough will just straighten. Takes two Burnside players with him. He's never got back on side, the number 5, Tim Dawes. Mann straightens through, and Eliipper cops one. One for the faint-hearted, this one today. Litchfield has Horn out the back, and then to Fleetwood Piper. Fleetwood Piper again puts it on the boot. Into the 22 for Green. Has time. Beats Fleetwood Piper. Can't get away from Monfries. Managed to get offload. Out to Hodell again. Faree comes across and does enough to stop him going on the outside. Sambrook pauses. Arm is out for not rolling away, so they've got a penalty, and again we will settle down.
We're seeing some truly brilliant stuff in broken play today, aren't we, from both teams? There's a lovely little out the back pass there to Ollie Horn before, I think it was Carl Fleetwood Piper who managed to get a kick down there, and it was just ran out by Cam Green. A couple of offloads, some good carries. It's been a really good game. Really good game. Good
entertaining play, that's for sure. And use of the brain when it comes to the ball in that loose broken play.
It's a different. It's a different feel at the moment. Burnside, Burnside. It feels like they do not want to give that ball up in any way, shape, or form. So even then, Cam Green is not kicking to touch because he doesn't want to give possession away. Whereas Collegians just seem quite happy to kick behind and chase. Burnside have certainly shown they can travel the length of the field. Mann again tries to get his hands out the back. Litchfield, now they've got numbers. Horn, Fleetwood Piper, Rockaborough in the inside, shakes away from one, then back out to Fleetwood Piper, just at that awkward height for Fleetwood Piper. And again, they just push it a little bit too hard, the men from Tegenza Oval. Did everything right initially. Burnside line out again, and just there is a change. Blackhall and Aloe Emile. What's that, 20 minutes? Almost taking a rugby league style of option, Jamie, with again 20-minute spells.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is you might as well keep them fresh, keep them rolling.
Totally agree.
Good line-up. Lamsam at halfback will find Eliipper, who'll send it out to Cam Green, who has a couple of bites at it and then goes. Can't get away, he's dragged down eventually. Rahali to Hodell, who's got his name called a heck of a lot, doing all the hard yards in midfield at the moment.
That he is.
Rahali short ball to Sambrook. Siegfried does very well and turns it over. Great Jacqueline, and then Monfries again, they're just happy to send it away. Fraser Green now versus Ollie Horn. Big contest between those two. Burnside again have possession. Collegians happy to give Burnside the possession. As again, they just find a little bit of a gap, and Monfries holding on for grim death. Gets the offload away to Walton. Eliippa made to go back for it. Almost found a way through. There's no ruck there, so it was a free ball. Rockaborough looking for space inside this. Hosegood lowers the shoulders. Monfries to Horn. Horn will straighten, try and find a way through. Can't quite get away from Lamsam. Tried the offload and it came off a Burnside player again. It's gone the wrong way. Penalty. Hands in the ruck. But every time, Jamie, Old Collegians get the ball, and even at that point, it kind of felt like they were going to kick it over the top.
Yeah,
every time they get possession, they give it back.
Yeah, you can see a game plan that's working out there, and obviously they've been working on this for a while. But at some stage you've got to probably look left and right as well. I don't know whether it's the wind coming from that end or whatever, but that ball is hanging up there. It's hanging up high when they do put it up. So that could be an advantage as far as the kicks go.
I see Blair Marshall.
So, yeah, Blair Marshall's back. Yeah, sorry, Tom.
No, you're good, mate. You're good. Sorry.
If he did have a short shoulder, they made him work for that one. Rahali gets there, and Old Collegians at the moment just happy to let Burnside win those rucks. They're competing the ones they want to. They're leaving the ones they don't. Not again, almost got there. That's a big hit from Fleetwood Piper and finished by Aloe Emile.
Yep. I think both sides are making each accountable at the rucks and making sure there's no loose ball there.
It is just head down, bum up, hard-nosed rugby in that midfield, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Rahali to Hodell, who's Eliippa looks for a gap. Hosegood gets him. Bouncing ball. Aloe Emile has copped one, I think, in the face on the way through.
There's a couple of guys down.
Wait. Sambrook did well to keep that in, because I tell you what,
He did.
is that a gone, or is it a head clash between Aloe Emile
Yeah,
and
I'm not too sure.
Might have been three-way head clash there.
it's Hosegood?
Yeah.
Aloe Emile is holding the face, and there's a Burnside player down as well.
It looks like Chris Walton.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a moment now for both sides to come in and get into their units, take stock, get a bit of a breather. It's been non-stop, hasn't it, in this first half so far as we go into the latter stages of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, backwards and forwards and very hard stuff around the ball when it goes to ground.
Tell you who will be happy. There'll be people wearing yellow and black watching you two beat each other up. They'll be quite happy with that.
Yep, I can see a lot of the Brighton fans sitting there going, "Keep it up, fellas, keep it up." Nothing at this age that a week's rest can't fix.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, injuries won't matter next week unless he literally lost a leg. You'll be fronting up and putting up.
Yep. Luca Pass makes their profits out of this week. So.
Definitely a few cortisone injections going on, I would say.
Yep.
So Old Collegians will put in, and again they've got this combination on this near side, and they go with it again. Rockaborough, a little bit of an in and out, a little bit isolated, does very, very well. Monfries will just drop it. Aloe Emile has to tidy it up there. Some leg drive from the big fella. Monfries will send it to Litchfield. Campion almost got man and ball. Did well to roll out of that one, Jack Campion.
Good awareness. Knew it was coming.
Freddie Samuel committing treason and nearly beheading of royalty. Penalty. Too quick, and Ollie Horns decided he wants to go. Litchfield again to man. Again, we'll bounce it to Aloe Emil. Aloe Emil with the old prop sidestep. Straight through the chest. Man.
Hands.
Good, that's the problem with shooting out the line. There's a gap behind you, Monfries again. To Litchfield. Again sends it in front, and Fourie will try and find a way through, and good yardage from Fourie. Nutt picks and goes and sends it to Howley. Howlett, sorry. Rockaborough pulls it out the back to Litchfield. Litchfield over the top to Fleetwood Piper. Fleetwood Piper for the corner. Gets there. That's what you want to see from Fleetwood Piper. Just hard running.
Good hard running. Good thought right at the end there. He knew that ball was coming across. He knew that that cover player was coming as well. We can see here at the end. So he's watching that cover. He's come inside, taken one tackle. Lamsam's come across him.
It's a good finish, and I think is that Cameron Green who's copped one on the shoulder and is still down. I think the pass from Litchfield early on in that. Yeah. It's a brave pass to loop it over the top.
Really is, and actually Fleetwood Piper, he's got a hell of a lot of work still to do there because there's 3 guys that are hanging off his back there.
Absolutely. He's a strong man, that's for sure.
Still down, Cameron Green.
Yeah. It's been a bit of an issue for Cam this season. That's not the first time, unfortunately, that we've seen him down due to the shoulder injury.
That's not good.
We're not far away from half time. It's been the hardest place to kick from today.
Yeah.
The wind blowing directly across the front of those posts.
Yeah, it can't be easy. The tree's breaking it up at the behind, and where do you aim?
Just outside that right-hand post, but you've got to get it going forward enough for it to make its way through. It's a real big ask.
Yeah.
A lot of kicking experience, Dave, have you?
Yes, mate.
Yep.
Very good when I was younger.
There you go. A mental calculation of outside right, and then
let
the wind come around and bring it. That's good.
But the problem is because it's almost coming back across the front. You've almost got to kick it past.
That's it, to let the wind bring it out and through.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Elieper again, make sure of that one. Ho's good underneath it as well. Aloe Emil supporting him. Monfries will find Siegfried.
Good body height.
Oh, flat ball. Sandbrook absolutely nails Litchfield. You don't mind them if you've got rid of them, man.
That's it.
Oh,
there we go.
He's come to play today as Gary Mann.
He has.
Litchfield again to Aloe Emil. Does manage to shake away from Lamsam. Monfries again. Dawes takes on Marshall. Not 100% is Blair Marshall. Howlett again. Litchfield to the way to Hosegood. Campion to Mann. Oh, Mann's found a gap again and sends it out and just wasn't there. Fleetwood Piper and Fraser Green carry on. I think you won't find 2 nicer men. There was never ever going to be any after that.
No. They play hard when they're over on that pitch.
Absolutely, 100%.
So scrum down right in front of us. Aloe Emil versus Fred Samuel.
Good
battle, nice little battle.
Side's on. Oh, good steady.
Collegians got there and broke it up eventually. He's just dropped it. Got to jump on it because they're away. Ferree gets it inside to McDonough. McDonough is going. Elioppa gets back just in time. Kyle Fleetwood Piper comes with the clean out. Broken field all over the place. No halfback though. Monfries will look for Horn. Horn tries to step around the outside, then tries to roll back inside. Gets close to the line. They're not far away. Timmy Dawes had come off the boundary fence, but not quick enough. Howlett again, driven back over the 5. Monfries will now look to Nutt. Nutt tries to run around the corner. Nutt will get there. The Don Smith medal winner opens his account right in the shadows of half-time.
Well, it's definitely on there. It's Stewie Nutt coming around and stepping inside.
Just looked on the outside and there's been a change. Cameron Green obviously has come off because Sean Meredith is on.
It's a similar thing we were talking about earlier, Tom, when them outside there, looking for those channels outside.
Absolutely.
I think it's Lamsam who just falls off the tackle.
I think once you've prodded around that kind of area quite a few times, there's going to be breaks and a few disconnections in the Burnside line integrity there, I think, and but a really well worked try. Everyone was sort of up in raptures to our left hand side, the Old Collegian supporters, as they made that break after the mistake from Watson. Really dangerous on in broken play, aren't they, Collegians?
Yeah, that's it. Capitalising, keeping their heads.
I don't think you can undersell the decision and the work that Kyle Fleetwood Piper made. How many people would be looking for an offload and run past that breakdown? But for him to read it and clean out, impressive work from Fleetwood Piper.
Yeah, that's what I noticed from that ruck. That was the first thing I noticed, actually, is that there's such an enticement when the ball's sitting there to go straight down for that ball, but he's looked straight up and gone, protect the ball over the top. Nice work from Kyle.
Horn again. Flags go up.
Got it. It was a big think.
Here's a big kick, 18 points to 10. And we are in red time for half time, and there's been a couple of injuries. Couple of stoppages, so we are going to see a little bit more time added on. Good restart again from Elioppa. Hoosgood has to go and get it, which he does. Won't freeze again. They'll look this side to Dawes. Dawes will just step back inside.
Collegians just working a bit harder around the rucks now for the clean-outs, knowing how dangerous Burnside can be coming in.
Out the back to Litchfield. Short ball to Horn. Again he manages to get through. And inside to Litchfield. Litchfield now has Meredith. Probably one of the best covering tacklers in the league, Sean Meredith. Short ball to Ferree. Can he get away? Again he's dragged down. Collegians hands on. It is very, very familiar. Arm is out for a penalty as well. Just tried to get it out the back. Siegfried had to go and get it. It's all a bit messy now. Drop goal from Rockaborough. Doesn't go there. He knew they had the penalty.
I think Alex knew that penalty was sitting there, so he thought he'd have a go.
Yeah, may as well. So a couple of injuries to Burnside has put them having to shuffle and restructure early, Tom.
Yeah, a couple of injuries. I think we thought by the looks of things that Blair Marshall's day was done, but he true to form, and I can't say I'm overly surprised. He's back on the field, an absolute warrior. And then the loss of Benny Delaney early on, and then Cam Green. That's two big changes in the backfield.
Yeah, never easy to replace when you've got a number of changes like that.
Out the back again to McDonough, and he had to have a couple of bites at it. That's really messy on the ground. They got away with it. Ho's good again. He's put in a shift and shouts of off his feet, and I might talk about that in a little bit when we get a break.
Yeah.
Monfries again to Mann, to Hosegood, to Litchfield. Litchfield nearly kills Faree.
Wow.
Gets it back.
Good pickup.
Stolen. Stolen again. So he'll come back for a penalty.
I don't know what happened with Faree there.
He nearly killed him.
Yeah.
Just fired the ball into the side of his head. The bench, while it looks in a much better mood than it did last week, there are a lot of smiles. Starting to hear from the bench shouts of offside and off his feet, and they are at least 70 metres away from the action. But it's something that we talked about. They cannot get negative on themselves, because all of that will spread to the crowd and it'll spread to the players on the field.
Absolutely.
And they'll disappear into themselves if they feel it's not going their way again.
That's exactly right. When you start hearing from a bench that about this, that, and the other, it's one or two things: either they're well down or they're getting up.
They're certainly up and about. They're a lot better, a lot happier than they were last week.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's one of the things too. Is you want your bench to be up and moving, staying warm, staying in the game. Their chance comes at any second.
So Ollie Horn looking to push the lead out, which he does, and it's half time.
Cracking first half.
So we are back, the players as per usual. No regard for us and needing a break and comfort breaks. They want to play. Come on, gents.
Give us a little break.
Yeah, I've been foraging for a hot dog for about the last...
I know. If anyone is listening to this inside, Big Tom Hankey is absolutely starving. Bring him something out.
Bring him sustenance.
Anything. Chips. Well, actually, no, soft food. We don't want anything crunchy. Howlett again.
Nicky's been taking a few runs up there, which is good and tight.
Oh, another bouncing ball to Litchfield. Does well for it not to go forward. Just puts them under a huge amount of pressure. Seen a couple of players today have a couple of bites at the ball. Slow possession rugby again. Timmy Dawes. Bless you, Tom.
If you got to go, you got to go.
Litchfield to Horn. To Faree. Oh, just loses it forward. Blair Marshall, who's surviving at the moment. Hadell again. Did well to shepherd him and corral him towards the touchline. Sambrook. Interesting from Howlett, but I was going to say it stopped him, but it really didn't, did it?
No. I thought Nicky was going to come off second best there for a second.
Hosegood. Campion almost got hands on. Rahali again, trying to get away from Monfries. Lamsam manages to shake away from one and steps out of a second as well. Rahali again to Samuel. Takes on Dawes. Does well to get it away to Eliippa and then out to Fraser Green. Inside ball. That's the 5 metre line. And Holly takes on Fleetwood Piper. And then the counter up comes. It's going to be an old Collegians ball.
Got it.
And Monfries can just box kick it away. It's going to skip away over halfway. Flag goes up.
There's a halfback with all the tricks in the box.
It hurts that one, doesn't it, Tom, when you put all of that work in and the good phase play and you turn it over 5 metres out.
I know, it's one of those things. I think I was looking at it going, well, it's a very good, bright start from Burnside, and then when you do all of that work and then you end up getting pinged back like that.
Yeah, it's gut-wrenching.
More annoying.
Marshall off the top to Lamsam. Can't get away from Aloe Emile, and yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Stuart Nutt, but that one he's got to take.
Yep.
Siegfried does really well though. Doesn't beat the clean out. Eliippa into the centres again. Just really well keeping his feet and shaking out of the tackle. Rahali again to Eliippa to Marshall. Big long arms fends away. Lamsam. Again, just almost finds a gap. Dragged down around the 22. Rahale again. Oh, Eliapa to Meredith. Meredith trying to find a way out, and Liam McDonough comes and does what Liam McDonough does. Out the back to Monfries again. This time it just hangs up and Rahale is underneath it and gives it to Fraser Green. Oh no, Fraser Green! Horn and Green has to come back and get him. Fraser Green is not going to get there.
Wow.
And Ollie Horn will score.
That's definitely got the Collegians faithful up and standing.
People have to get around Fraser Green now.
Yes, lovely intercept there.
Don't know what he saw.
That's it. I was expecting Fraser to actually go for an ankle tap somewhere in here.
It's good running from Ollie Horn. Good finish as well. We like the finish. It's the Dave Webb seal of approval.
Yep.
But it's not an easy thing to do what Ollie Horn does. Normally when you intercept, you just pin your ears back and go. The
Yeah.
ability to move away from Fraser Green.
That's it. And Fraser's no slouch when it comes to legs, that's for sure.
No,
So,
absolutely, absolutely. And I think you probably find that some players, when they're in that situation, try and get in a little bit closer, just so that they're, not going for an ankle tap, which ends up getting missed, and give yourself a better opportunity. But Ollie had some serious wills at that moment there.
And again, you can't, undersell that he's doing that while looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, do you need to sneeze? You need to step out again.
No, it's okay. No.
Has the hay fever got you?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But don't worry about me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if there's anyone inside with Xanax.
It's actually
Zyrtec.
it's hay fever, not tears, guys. I promise you.
Oh, and that's a great kick again.
Having a lovely day with the boot, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is. Quiet to start off with, but seems to be getting into an upper rhythm now.
Liam McDonough, that's the turnover from Liam McDonough. And I don't know what he's seen.
No.
High restart from Eliapa. Hosegood goes up again. Does well, Hosegood.
I think Henry's taken nearly all of their restarts.
Yeah, there's a danger, Tom, of this getting away from the man from Parkinson.
Next couple of minutes are absolutely vital.
Yeah.
If it's a case of being able to get a score and slowly build back into the game, then I think it's on. But you've got to say, if it's another try conceded, it's a very, very uphill struggle from there.
Yeah, eliminations are like that, aren't they? They are psychological. But that said, going back the other way, Burnside comes now and puts a couple of quick points on. It's well and truly on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Burnside have to score and score soon. Just to give them a little bit of a momentum and a little bit of a G up. I'm not a body language expert, but there's a lot of heads down and a lot of wondering. And well, that's step one. Sandbrook. Eliapa. Short ball again. A leg drive from the Burnside players has been outstanding today.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me a bit of confidence, I think, in Burnside, Dave, is that they've got a lot of players there who can break lines, who can make a huge difference.
Totally agree, Tom.
Samuel made to go and reach for it, but again, even from a standing start, he goes well. Blair Marshall will take on Fleetwood Piper. Rahale again. Ankle tap will get them through. Rahale to Lamsam. He will straighten. Gets the offload away to Eliapa. He sees a gap that he likes, but again is brought down.
Donner again with a cover tackle.
Is he going to go accidental left side because he's kicked it into his own man? Yeah. I think it's only the fact that he didn't play it.
Yeah, I think the ref's been quite happy to let play roll. So
I think he's been outstanding, Adam Bethel.
He has.
Very few times we've even mentioned his name, which is what you want from a referee.
Absolutely.
Just looked like a bit of a personnel change for Burnside at the moment. Kieran Sandbrook moving into hooker. Sol Loper coming on into the number 6 position.
Played very well in the reserve grade game, Sol Loper.
Yeah, he's outstanding.
Well, he's made an immediate difference. Driving in.
Okay.
Who's he paying for driving in?
Well, he's on the side of I think it's Fred Samuel, so I can only assume that he wouldn't have been able to see anything on the other side.
Well, the fact that Fred Samuel's all the way over this side suggests that he may have been aiming that way.
Yep.
So Rockaborough will look to move them into Burnside territory. Cultured left foot.
No windscreens.
It's always a problem at this ground, isn't it? The amount of windscreen damage that would probably be done.
First thought you have, make sure where you park.
Oh, didn't work, and the knock-on is at the back. They're not going to get the knot straight, would be. I certainly would have been asking for not straight, Tom.
Yeah.
That would be different if it was Burnside fans who were sat down there. So it is still Samuel versus Aloe Emile over on that far side. Starting to win, isn't he? Fred Samuel. Horn again. Out to Rockaborough. Rockaborough has Fleetwood Piper. This time he just goes and sits Sean Meredith down. And like I said, that's no easy task.
That's what low body height does.
Oh, the pass from Stewart. No, he's just going to bobble its way to Aloe Emile. Aloe Emile's got to run up. Did very, very well, Bailey. How's good. Monfries to Litchfield. Litchfield inside ball to Horn. Can't quite get there this time. Horn's on a hat-trick, I think. Well, that's okay.
Okay.
Adele will get it away as well. Lamson will then send it out to Green. Or didn't look forward from where we were, Tom. But
no.
again.
So the replay on this one, I'm going to assume that the ref's gone that ball was out.
I think so, yeah. He's just let him play on.
You think
Which
so?
is fair enough,
No,
too.
I think he said ball's out. Yeah,
Did he?
That's
Whether the ball
fair
was
enough,
out or not, he said it.
I think we see that in a lot of games, actually, and a lot of players get pinged for coming around the ruck, and the ball is sitting out a good foot and a half from the back of the ruck, so, yeah.
Yeah, I said before a couple of times on that, I think it's a high risk, high payoff thing. It's if it is there, you've got the opportunity. Just one, you see it was a forward pass there apparently, but if that goes two hand and again you're in broken play and who knows what could happen. So you've got to go for those. You've got to live on the edge a little bit.
Yeah, there's no point leaving it in the cupboard.
No.
It's a really interesting battle between Samuel and Aloe Emile over there. I think Samuel's got the upper hand on it, but that's just a complete non-front rower. I think Aloe Emile's got all sorts of problems with him at the moment.
Well, yeah, we can see that wheel happening.
Yeah, real quickly as well. And it's almost like Aloe Emile, it looked like the last one, he was pulling Samuel around.
Yeah.
Just trying to get something.
Watching closely on this. Yeah, he's popping him.
Fred Samuel is absolutely winning that battle at the moment. Litchfield pulls it out the back to Horn. Horn trying to find a little bit of a gap to get through. Hadell does well. Ball is available so they can go. Not.
Good option.
Litchfield again. Litchfield showed and almost saw a little bit of a gap. Gary Mann will try and find a way at the back. Not quite there. Monfries will take over again. Then he'll come near this side to Faree. Again, 3 Burnside players involved. Can't get to ground. Ball's on the floor anyway. Tim Dawes will take a run up. He is met hard by Sambrook. Sambrook has been an absolute monster in defence. He's going to do well to get away with that one, but they got the ball and they're away again. Stuart Nutt tries to find a way through. There's flips it over the top. Hat-trick for Horn.
Good composure.
And the hill just turned into a mountain for Burnside. Gone quiet, Tom.
No. I was wondering where Stu Nutt was running off to after he just passed that.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
He just beats him to the end zone.
But you got to give a bit of kudos to Ollie Horn there with the way he's been in open play. His kicking has been absolutely brilliant as well today. And we've mentioned him a lot in commentary. Some really good enterprising stuff, and he's well worth the 3 tries that he scored today. But yeah, like you say, Dave, you got to look at it from a score point. We are 54 minutes in. It's 33-10, could be 35. It's a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
it is a huge amount of work. There's been a change at halfback for.
Yep, Max Monfries has just come off.
Just trying to see who's gone on.
Yes,
that's the number 22, I think, which is Jim Francis. Will Sadler he's still in street clothes today.
He is, yes.
He's just got a little bit of an issue with his neck, but he said he'll be ready for next week if they get there. I don't know whether Ollie Horn has spies in my camp, but I was not overly impressed with his performance last week, so he's certainly come out this week. Felt he died in possession too many times last week, Ollie Horn. So this week he's come out and had an absolute blinder. That's on the way as well, and the flags go up. So man of the match performance by that young man.
Yeah, he certainly lifted from last week. You're right there, Dave.
Now he's dangerous this week. Last week it was very one-dimensional. He ran into contact, and
he's a big game player, that's for sure.
This week he's distributed, kicked well, run well. That one hits the floor and turned into AFL for a little bit.
It did.
It's come back Burnside's way though, eventually, after all the messing around. Blair Marshall trying to find a way through. Hollow Emile has got hands, but I don't think there was any release. Yep. That's a fair one. Rahali wrestling it from Lamsam. Lamsam will pick and go. Counter comes from Rockaborough, but not enough. Another little pick and go from Burnside. Inside the 5 again. Again, they'll just take it in bite-sized chunks. Haven't really had the ball for very much time. Lamsam will look again. All of the backs are away to this near side, and Fraser Green is in acres of space on the left-hand side if they can get it and get it quick. But they're still going, and they're still trying to just take it an inch at a time. Now they're going to look again. Not there again. Big defensive wall for all Collegians. Still keeps coming back. Well, Mann has got hands on there somehow. And again they're going to look.
Well, you can't see it in our picture here, but looking at what we're seeing out in the field, I mean, they had 2 men.
Oh, and Elliot will try and find a way through, and does.
Sam Evans trying to stop him there.
My word, it was an interesting. You were just saying as well, initially when we talked about Fraser Green, he was in acres of space out on that far side. And then it was so slow that everybody marked up, and It's just a little bit of individual brilliance from Eliapa.
Yeah, it is that. I mean, like you said, like the old Coles guys were starting to work around to where Sean Meredith and Fraser Green were on that left-hand side. But what that then does is once you've taken the ball in a couple of times, you see how many defenders in that picture there from old Collegians. And then naturally what's going to happen is if you think the pick and goes are going to come again, there's going to be holes out in the defensive line, and that's exactly what Burnside took advantage of there. But we're in a situation now, it's 35-15. You cannot rest on your laurels at all by the looks of things.
That's not a good look as well as Max Hoddle hobbles towards halfway.
Yeah.
Good kick from Eliapa.
He's got that. Yeah, every minute's going to be critical now for Burnside to come at this.
Around 20 minutes to go on the Wojtek scoreboard, and one-on-one brings the big game players. And Chris Bartlett is warming up on the sideline. I don't know who's going to change. Both Faree and maybe they'll change a winger, because Faree and Horn have been absolutely outstanding. I don't know which one of those two you would take off.
Sure, I think that's...
Stuart Nutt has come off as well. Meredith will find McDonough. McDonough will send it back to Rockaborough. Rockaborough will take on Meredith, and again misses very few one tackles to Sean Meredith. Francis has stepped in.
Sam Evans.
Oh no, sorry, yes, they've changed numbers on me.
It would be very talented if Jim Francis could get into halfback, but he's definitely a flanker.
So is it Tom Merrin?
I beg your pardon, I reckon it is Tom Merrin, yes.
Oof. Oh. Puts it in front of His Royal Highness Jack Campion.
That was very good.
Remember that in the New Year's Honours list. Litchfield. Inside ball to Horn. Horn will shake the tackle. 4 for Horn.
Well, he's on a one-man crusade at the moment, isn't he, Ollie Horn? 4 tries in a preliminary final. That is some effort, that man. Well played.
Plus the conversions. He's over 50% of the points today.
I think your comments last week, Dave, have stung him into action.
Yeah, I wish you never said anything there, Dave, to be honest.
I've just got a message from Maddie down on the sideline who said, are we speaking to Ollie Horn at the post-match interview? I think so, Maddie, yes.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Mr. Faroo coming off, and Mr. Bartlett.
So Bartlett will go. I mean, I think Ryan Faree has been absolutely outstanding as well. And I mean, this is a massive character test now for Burnside. What are we, 20 minutes to go, just under 20 minutes plus stoppages. It's not impossible.
No, nothing.
But it is improbable.
It's nothing in a prelim is impossible.
I think you're absolutely right in both your comments there, guys. It's not impossible, but again, it's the probability of it as well.
It's a little bit of walking wounded as well going with them, and I think losing, forcing 2 interchanges as early as they did, and losing Blair Marshall, and he's back, but is he 100%? As Ollie Horn donates another ball to the Old People's Village.
Yeah.
Hodell does not look 100%. There's people with cuts bandaged up. It's a real war of attrition at the moment for him.
And James Francis has come on now. Jim Francis is out there. So there's been a number of changes. Chris Bartlett, Jim Francis.
Another great kick from Eliapa. Hosgood does well underneath it again. Rockaborough, don't think he can go directly out. So he just comes over to this side to Bailey. Ball bounces and stands up on his nose, and McDonough is after it! Didn't quite get there. McDonough will knock it on. He was definitely stung by my comments last week, he told me. What I actually said to him, he said, "Oh, I'm terrible going forward, am I?" I said, "That's not what I said. We normally don't talk about you going forwards." He's been very good.
Yes. No.
But defensively, one of the best going around.
That's it. Yes. No, you take that.
Multiple serves of humble pie coming in your direction today, mate.
I know, they've absolutely given me it, and I feel terrible.
No, Liam would take that, definitely. He would take that. And
Troy
then,
Wilkins did it to me as well in the reserve grade game. He said he was contact shy, so he threw himself into everything today. Rahali will feed the ball into the scrum. Eliippa drops it inside to Hurdell, not moving as freely as we expect. And that's turned over by Bartlett. Now they're out again to Fleetwood Piper, who shakes away the first one. Horn. Can't get away from Green this time. To Hosegood. Oof. Hosegood and Marshall. Saying it's a good job he missed. Blair Marshall. Mann will work in towards the 22. Merrin again. We'll find Howlett. Merrin to Rockaborough. Has it knocked away? So it's just an advantage for a knock on, but Siegfried doesn't need to be asked twice. Horn again. Gets the offload away to Dawes. Horn. Flat ball to Litchfield. Can't get away. It's very well to hang on to it, Litchfield. Now Howlett. Merrin trying to find a way through. Bartlett says, I'll have that. Gives it away to Horn. Couldn't finish it off.
That was off the boot. I think if we see a replay of that, somehow Ollie Horn's got the ball down and it's gone off the back of his boot.
I think he's still going to get the knock on though.
There it is.
I don't think it was on purpose.
No, I don't think it was either.
So it's another scrum. 5 metres out will be a Burnside ball. Can't see anyone in the pocket.
This will be interesting for the scrum.
Burnside have really held the ascendancy within the scrum, so
They've got better throughout the game.
but Collegians
wow.
have decided they want to have a push. Lamsam does well, but it's dropped cold. Not for the first time.
Okay, so in that scrum, I would say that was just purely because of the fact that Burnside wanted to get that ball out and get it safe.
Yeah, I think they were looking for it to come to the back of that scrum as quickly as they could.
Absolutely, Tom. Alex Rockaborough coming from the field. Another change for Burnside as well.
Yeah, Fred Samuel coming off there.
Burnside ready. Ready. Fine.
So a really strong position, and Fred Samuel won't want to come off, and
No.
he really did have the ascendancy in that battle. Just looking where Ollie Horn is, I don't think I've seen a 5-try performance in any of the games that we've done over the last 3 years.
Fine. Sit.
Sam Evans out there now at inside centre. A correction.
Oh,
fullback.
Carey Mann decides he wants to have a go, takes on Lamsam. Lamsam's got hands on and gets rewarded.
There you go.
Still one of the best going around.
A journeyman that still plays hard around the rucks. Lamsam.
So Rahali will send it towards us.
It's yours, Tom.
Doesn't quite get there. But it's really interesting to see Harrison Rahali's really had to fight with Nigel Lamsam at the back of the ruck at times.
Well, I think from Nigel's perspective, he just wants go forward, and he dotes on that. He dotes on just being able to just get into a full position as much as he can, as quickly as he can, and just see if he can just go through some gaps as they appear around that breakdown.
Yep.
So not straight. So all Collegians will have another scrum. So Bartlett is in at 12. Horn is there at 13. McDonough has wandered in. There's absolutely nobody here, so you have to hope that there's no turnover.
Sam Evans standing up very shallow as well.
Fine. Set.
Good clean ball.
Litchfield pulls it out the back to McDonough. Wants to go quick. Evans decides he's going to take over at the back.
That's it.
Alo Emil. Don't expect anything different from him.
Yeah. What do you do when you've got no more support there?
Yeah, it's all gone. It's a big old kick over this way, though. Got more than enough of it, though.
He did. I think Dave Alamil's flick there, the amount of times that have been on the bottom of a rack with no support, and the worst feeling in the world is somebody coming over the top and taking the ball from you.
Yeah, Nigel was on for a snaffle there, wasn't he, I think?
Absolutely. And good luck to him too.
Well, that's impressive. One-man support, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
And Timmy Dawes will bundle Nigel Lamsam into touch, and Collegians will win another one. So there's obviously a knock-on into touch. Yep. Lost forward into touch, so they get the option between the scrum and the line-up.
Yeah, going for the scrum.
Well, why wouldn't you? It's gone very well the last couple. It's certainly swung the other way as well.
Crouch. Burnside ready. Ready. Fine. Set.
Again, Burnside have moved it on and lost forward. Oh, they just couldn't bring it in to try and get the advantage. It's still going though. Rahali. Lamsam will do everything he can to point out the player not rolling away. Sambrook will pick and go.
Francis up quick.
It's not a bad shot from Jim Francis. Eliappa again, and Evans had flown out the line as well, which stopped the outside pass. Rahali again. It's big and hard at the moment. All Collegians need to do is stop them scoring. And Lamsam again. It's going to start to get to desperate rugby points in a minute for Burnside. Another one of the walking wounded. And he's turned over. Tim Dawes at the right place at the right time.
Ollie Horn has an affinity of turning people inside out.
Little knock forward though.
Yeah, it's just gone a little bit one out for Burnside at the moment, hasn't it? Just single, runners just going up. It's mostly just going off of 9. It's pretty direct. A couple of yards made, but then I think you saw Callum Bird just take it into a very congested area, resulted in that turnover.
Yeah.
It's an interesting feeling around this ground at the moment. It's not what we're used to as we reach the end stages of a game, but one of the things I think is really important now, just saw a little bit of afters between Sambrook and Jim Francis. Got to keep the heads now because suspensions count next year as well.
Absolutely.
Lamsam, Eliappa out the back. Meredith has Bailey outside him, gets Bailey away. Bailey can't get away from Evans. And then McDonough gets hands on. He's going to get rewarded. Yes, he does. Bailey is slow to get up as well.
That turnover there from McDonough is just celebrated as much as some of the tries that Collegians have scored today. Is a really good bit of play.
Yeah, it's something that I think the Collegians, well, not even just the forward pack, the backs as well, also pride themselves on the jackal. I'm seeing it earlier in the game in the first half with Burnside going for it. I mean, they do it brilliantly as well. So, yeah.
It certainly, that was the battle initially, wasn't it? It was the battle of the breakdowns and
absolutely
who was the best at the breakdown, and wholesale changes are coming for all Collegians, just trying to put some players on ice for next week, you think?
Yeah, I think we got Paul Cleary, Henry Nutt, and looks like Wes Billett.
Lamsam sends it into midfield. Penalty. And every penalty and every tick of the clock, it's harder and harder and harder for Burnside to deal with. Evans has missed again though.
Yep, that's not out.
Bailey does well to take it and sends it to Meredith. This is not the time that you're going to be able to kick. You've got to go. Oh, Meredith puts it just out in front. Haddell. Again, not at 100% at the moment.
He's coming
Max
now.
Haddell, but he's done well to get going forward. Just a counter ruck from Jim Francis. Slows it down enough. Ellie Ipper will send it again. They got numbers out here. Hallow O'Neill lined him up. Not his biggest ever, but certainly impressive. Sambrook again.
We've got one of our players down in.
I think it's Tim Dawes.
I think it is Tim. Oh,
Nope.
no, it's Nick Howlett.
Nick Howlett taking his time. He's giving the old throat cut.
That's
I'm
that's
done.
an ankle.
All very messy over there all of a sudden. It's come back Old Collegians' way. Horn to Evans. Evans will just straighten. He's gone.
Up to Nick.
And he's got away again. Oh, no one there. And Ali Ipper just kicks it away. But he's onside, and Ali Ipper is now a foot race between Ali Ipper and McDonough. Brave from McDonough. Litchfield just throws it out the back to McDonough. He was happy just to send it to this near side. The torpedo is going to kick away. That's a cramp from, there's that hit from Hallow O'Neill.
Ah, yep.
I tell you what, Liam McDonough, take a bow.
That was very Ben Vogen-esque of the second grade last week.
Villian,
beg your pardon. Dropping on that ball.
very impressive. And he knew there'd be a boot coming in there at some point.
A beautiful spiral back.
Timmy Dawes will make way. Wholesale changes. Henry Nutt will find his way on. We should as well say that Stuart Nutt has come off. Hopefully that's not a big injury. He's a Don Smith medal winner.
Yep.
Howlett is done. I think Haddell is done as well.
Yeah, it looks like there's more changes going on at the moment.
Giuseppe Foccarelli will come on for him.
I think I've seen Sol Looper go off as well.
3 minutes to go plus red time. Marshall
Slow on the lift.
off the top. Ellie Ipper has to go and get it. Normal service is resumed. Ellie Ipper. Foccarelli is behind him. Gets away with it. Fraser Green out on that far side. Sambrook.
The three train changes of Collegians have got to come up to speed very quickly on this one now.
Marshall is hit hard as well.
Well, I've got to say, guys, I think that even though that they are 42-17 ahead, you have to say the Old Collegians' defence there in the last couple of minutes has been really good. I mean, turnovers from wingers, some real good hits in there as well. They do not want to let up at all on this lead at the moment.
No, I think it's, drive it all the way to the line, basically. You take your foot off the gas, and it's got to be respect where it's due. Burnside will come. So, and that'd be something I'd say the coaching staff would be drumming into every single player down on that bench.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a real positive point for Collegians.
Good line out again. Lamsam got Campion for company. Rahali to Focarelli, who just threw it, but there was no one there. Looked like a pre-planned move, and it just didn't work out like they wanted it to. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. And I think now you can say it's impossible.
Yeah, I think so. Never want to. You never want to, be like that or have those kind of feelings towards the team that you barrack for, the club you're part of. But you've got to be realistic. It was. It's nigh on impossible.
Yeah,
but
they came across an old Collegian side today that got everything right. I mean, and then when you get somebody who is playing as well as Ollie Horn did today, and then add on the players and the bit part players around them who did as well as they did, as Lamsam will look to go again, fires it over the top to Focarelli.
And this is the best bit. We've just said that it's nigh on impossible to get that win, but they're still going to push it all the way, to that final whistle.
Of course they are.
Which is why I love this sport.
On both sides of the ball as Henry Nutt tries to counter it. Sambrook again tries to find a way through.
Paul Cleary pushing hard on that one too.
Marshall trying to find a way through. Interesting little kick, and it worked.
That's all right. Yep.
Lamsam with his signature pick and drive.
He's a strong man.
Rahali to Meredith. And I think you pointed out as well, Tom, this is the first time in 3 years that it won't be a Brighton Burnside grand final.
Yeah. So the last three, obviously Brighton Burnside, and then this one here is looking like it'll be Brighton Old Collegians. I think it's been a while. I think 2013 was the last time that these two sides met in the grand final, I believe.
Well, it's going to be interesting as we count down. What I always find interesting is the reaction after the game for a winning semi-final. I just want to see them sort of go, okay, we're going to move on. I don't want to see like pitch invasions. I don't want to see hugging each other. I know winning is important, but they've still got to do next week. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
I kind of hear what you're saying, Dave, as well, but I think you've got to take into consideration it's the first time in a long time that they are back in the final. You deserve
it was 2016, wasn't it, the last time they were in a grand final?
I think there'll be sideline celebrations, but knowing
you've got to move on quickly.
Piet's coaching style and everything, it's celebrate within, and then we've still got next week to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Celebrate the successes, enjoy the win, enjoy the victory. A few beers tonight, and then back to work Tuesday.
That's it.
Especially as your test next week is a fairly stiff one.
It is.
Oh, McDonough showing how good he is going forward, as well as defensively. They're away again. Evans to Nutt. Sends it over the top, and that one was a bit forward. And that one will do.
Yeah, got to
so
say.
The crowd is happy. In Old Collegians, it is business as usual. They're as happy as they can be.
And that's it. Yeah, that's the extent of what I would thought it'd be.
42 points to 17. They got over Burnside. Just couldn't quite